Hola, Yuki, everybody. Good evening. I hope everyone's doing well. Okay, there we go. Sorry if I'm a little bit late. I had a lot on my plate before I started. And I'm still mildly unprepared, but we'll figure something out. What's up? Hi, Zishiro. How you doing? Oh, my tablet is off. There we go. Hello, Tayo from YouTube. Hi, Anonymous. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm addicted to the royalty-free song. Oh, thanks. It's not quite royalty-free. I actually paid for it. I paid to use a license. So technically it's not quite royalty-free, but let's say it's accessible enough to be royalty-free. It wasn't... Not that it was like expensive or so. Oh, I was lied to. Okay, no, you weren't lied to. It does say in the description where I got it from and under what license. Like, it's licensed by Creative Commons, so it does have some royalty-free stuff, but for me to use it on stream, I had to pay for a license, so... I could be using royalty-free music. I used to do so on my other streams before. Like, I used to use DMCA-free lo-fi, but the problem was whenever I put them up on YouTube later, they always, without fail, got demonetized. So it was like, I was like, okay, then what's the point of using DMCA-free music if I'm gonna get DMCA'd on YouTube anyhow? That song will be used for decades. Generation will know the sound of UV drawing. Yeah. That would be nice if I could be like immortalized in some way. Though I did eventually consider maybe commissioning my own song. Though it may take a while. Damn, I need a new keyboard. I always have the wrong words with this. I know the feel. Any special drawing for Child's Day tomorrow? No, not necessarily. I actually forgot tomorrow is Child's Day. Though I don't know if it's the same in Europe as it is in America. Or like, I don't know. Hello, hi Kandinari, how are you doing? How can, sorry, hi Kandi, how are you doing? And yes, we're doing doodles. I'm doing some self-indulgent, not really self-indulgent, more like de-stressing doodles. Because I'm going to go back to the office tomorrow, and I'm like, no, I want to do home office permanently. I mean, we can still do like home office twice a week, but I don't know. I prefer working from home office permanently because it's easier for me. If like the office had like see, like I live in a part of town in which the public transport sucks immensely. Like there is basically little to no non-public transport, and I don't have a driver's license, so I do have a bike, and I bike to work a lot. It's just that doing that every day, 30 minutes, gets really annoying, especially on rainy days, or like when it's like, I don't know, snowing? Or worse yet, storming? Storming, yeah! Oh god. Hold up. I, for one, think of doing a wholesome shit post. That's great to hear. The wholesome shit posts are great. I am fine with the new haircut. How about you? I am mostly a-okay. A bit stressed because I had a lot on my plate today. And like I said, going back to the office tomorrow, and then for the rest of the year like that. Not looking forward to it, to be honest. Still struggling with some stuff. But otherwise, I am okay. Sort of okay. Hello, hello, Ray. How are you doing? Angie, yes, Angie girl, Angie small. My subject matter for today's doodle is entirely different from what I normally even post online. But that I have been like doodling and writing a lot about, like in private for a hobby, for fun purposes. Like, I've been engaging a lot with Shaman King due to the remake. So I've been like, in my free time, working a lot on my OCs and the like, and little stories, little contents, but none which I really posted online because my account is already very, what's it called? Very inconsistent. It's already got a variety of things. I'm never consistent with the content I post, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna leave the Shaman King stuff just for me and for servers that I'm in. And I'm sort of trying to keep the focus on my account right now on a rotation of media. Though I might eventually bring Shaman King a little bit more to the forefront, because since I'm doing so much for the stuff for it, I might as well post it, right? It's just that I know my textbook tendencies of like getting into something for like a year and then drawing almost exclusively that stuff for a year, and then the next one my special interest or whatever switches to something else, and then it's the other thing for like the whole year, or it's like a very brief hyperfixation. Which I like draw something for and gush about for a lot, and then next week I'm like already talking about something else. I can imagine that's somewhat annoying for people who follow me for specific content and then just see me either switching it after a year or like, you know, basically, or like posting about it once and then never again. I'm hoping that Umineko stays around for a bit longer with my content. I think it will, because let's be real, I kinda immortalized Umineko into my VTubing career. Like, it's just... Come on, my whole appearance exists just because of Umineko, so like, this avatar is already Umineko inspired. Technically, I could be an Umineko OC. Thinking about it. So even if I wasn't like doing Umineko content as much after I finish reading it and don't really have much more to contribute or do, this whole avatar right here is Umineko inspired, so it's like, I'm always gonna be carrying that with me for the rest of my life, I think. That, and it will depend how much I'll play Golden Fantasia. If that turns out to be a fighting game that I really enjoy and I have people to play with often, I might as well even do more stuff. Shaman King based. Yes, Shaman King is based. The remake, not so based, but it's okay. It works. I found you through Umineko, so yeah. That applies for a lot of people. They found me through Mineko on YouTube mostly. And from what I've been told from my chat multiple times, is that they either revive their Twitch accounts just to follow me or catch me live on reading Umineko, which is normally on Thursdays when I'm up for it, or they made a Twitch account just to see me do Umineko live. So much content can be done with Umi. Yeah, it can. The only thing is that my primary content that I tend to make is either like it's either somewhat self-insert-ish, somewhat. I mean, or it's like OC based most of the time. That's normally how I engage with content. So that happens a lot, where if I don't really have much OC content to make with, I tend to go elsewhere. Or like, if I find comfort in another media, I just go elsewhere. And I had Twitch since before it was called Twitch. I'm old. Oh, so since that time, huh? But yeah, some people who have found me through Umineko have already had Twitch accounts. It's just that I'm surprised how many from the chat I've had before specifically made Twitch accounts just to follow me. I was surprised to hear that, like, wow, you like my readings enough to make an account on a platform you don't use just for me. I'm flattered. Hey yo, this is Rain. Oh, hi Rain, how you doing? The girls look amazing. Thank you. I haven't drawn Jan in this AU beyond like her waist, so I'm like, am I gonna draw her barefoot or am I gonna give her shoes? I'm good, also drawing, but saw your link and went big eyes emojis. I'm happy that you came by. It makes me happy. Also, what are you drawing? I'm curious. Tamal Haojan. Oh yes, the OTP. Hell yeah, let's go. I want to see the drawing later. When it's finished. Or whenever it's finished. I will show you. Yes! The girls are fighting and the mouse is watching like, please don't. Aw, I love that. That sounds adorable and very fun. Let me just catch up to the chat a little bit. She looks so cute. Barefoot? Okay, I'll keep her barefoot then. She's just against shoes as a rule, I suppose. Fair enough. I like the chill atmosphere, and as I said, the music is not getting old to me for some reason. Okay, that makes me very happy to hear, because I was browsing play on loop for music, and I was scared that the short loops would get tiring eventually. So it makes me happy to hear that it's not getting too tiring. Like I said, I used to have lo-fi music before on stream, but whenever I uploaded the VODs on YouTube later, so people who can't come live or miss the stream can like catch up to it because Twitch doesn't archive them forever. YouTube immediately copyright strikes me and I'm like, dude, this music is DMCA free, leave me alone. What impression do you have about the Eva Learns Magic video? Kinda improved in animation. Yeah, I noticed you improved in animation. I was pretty impressed. Also, adding more stuff to Genji, exquisite. It's a miracle to have a copyright-free video. Oh yeah, the thing that surprises me about how YouTube's copyright system works is... Oops! Wrong tool. Is... You see... With my clips, YouTube most of the time leaves me alone, and I use stuff like Careless Whisper and whatnot, even if it's like just a second or so. And it leaves me alone. But even for like my the music that I bought on Play on Loop, so that I with a license and everything, it still copyright strikes me like immediately. But thanks to like the Play on Loop license and stuff, I just have to send the license and they leave me alone. But for DMCA free stuff, I'm like, yeah, great. What am I supposed to do? In one of my Umineko streams, I probably already like recounted it, but there was a time where YouTube copyright striked me for 2 minutes of silence. Sorry, not 2 minutes, 2 seconds of silence, and I was like, you're kidding. Please tell me this is a joke. Copyright farms just lie. It's very easy for them, and it takes a long time for you to fight it. Yeah, that's true. Oh, it's very exhausting. It's for that reason I decided to cave and just buy music with license to use from Play on Loop, because they have this system that works really well where you just send like your receipt and YouTube leaves you alone and like very quickly. It costs money to buy music with license, even though it's affordable from Play on Loop, but at least it removes that hurdle for me. And yet, when I use copyrighted music in video clips, suddenly that's okay. Suddenly they say nothing. Maybe I shouldn't jinx it. One more kid left to draw. Normally I don't draw group pictures often, but this content has made me like, you know, I need to draw the whole squad. I must. Group pictures can be a struggle, but they're lovely to look at. Yes, I agree. They can be a struggle, especially on the composition side, but it's always worth it when it works out. I didn't have any situation in mind for when I started doodling, but as I'm putting the faces together, I'm like, this is the kids when they enter Renim's plant. They're like, huh, what now? Before John just like asked, well, maybe I can do a test run with the Spirit of Fire, and everyone's like, wait. While in the background, this guy was like, yeah, do it, burn the forest down. I love how teeny Jan is. Yes, I love to draw her small. I like to make her short. Short and dangerous. Oh wait, the cape is different in the Mu continent. It's like a whole cape, not like a two-parter. I forget that. Or is it? Wait, I have to look up at a reference. I used to be able to draw this outfit from memory, but now like, wait a second. Okay, it's just a one piece. Less computer room being used. Power Mad John, let's go. Yes, I am so in for this development. If Take is too much of a coward to do more with John, then then it's up to us. He is. Yes, I agree. He is a coward. Oh man. A lot of the questions that I didn't make for Shaman King when I was a teenager only started coming up when I started talking to more people in the Shaman King server and the other one, as well as my boyfriend, who kept asking me things, and I was like, I don't know, babe, I can't help you. It just to be like that. But thus far, of all reveals, I think the angel reveal is the one that broke him most. He was like, what? I'm sorry. I personally think the angel reveal is awesome. I like the twist. But he was already so confused by other plot elements that it just stacked up, and he was like, help me, I don't understand anything anymore, babe, help me! It was both funny and entertaining, but sometimes concerning watching how my boyfriend was consuming Shaman King for the very first time, raw, with no prior knowledge, via the remake. It was very amusing. Good evening, Yuppie. Hi, Kumamaru, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Gizerg is adorable. I'm just sad about John's big hair being hidden, but I do be like that. I think I might change the positioning a little bit to give the kids more spacing, because I'm sad about that hair being hidden too. The canvas isn't big enough for all these kids, so I'm gonna shrink them further. Oh, I just realized that Stella's pen's texture were elsewhere. Oh no, I made them too short. Let's see. I think I have an idea how to compose this together. Let's see. Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea how to fix this. Instead of this arm, I'm gonna use the other one. There we go. And that's when Noobs breaks out the charts and diagrams. The charts and the diagrams! Sometimes you have to do the math for art. More like think about the positioning a little bit more and the compositions and whatnot. Sometimes I bring out the rulers to be like, I have to measure this. Where am I going with this? There we go. I think now the hair will be more visible because I do want to try out those braids. I want to see them. Initially I was going to work on another one of my work in progresses that I started on my mobile tablet, like on my Samsung, which I can show briefly. It was this. This is what I was working on my other tablet. On like my mobile tablet before I put it on PC, but then I was like, this is very cramped. This is going to take a lot of cleaning. And I was like, I want to take it chill, so I'm gonna just do some chibis for today and clean up the sketch for another day. It's so cute, thank you! I'm happy you think it's cute. Speaking of cute, there was like an exhibition for Good Smile Company and they announced more Nendos, but they haven't shown any updates on the other Shaman King Nendos, so like Hao and Anna, which they announced I think sometime earlier this year. And I'm praying that they will do the other characters. Can you imagine a tiny Opacho or a tiny Jan with a tiny Marco? Imagine him getting a mini car, that would be so funny. And if they make a tiny Rizerga will die, like I will straight up just pass out and cry. I will straight up like pull out my old Nendo customizing sets that I made in college and that I bought just to make a Yuri and Estelle Nendoroids if there's like Nendoroids of the X-Gods. I want the whole squad. A friend of mine made me a custom Jan Nendo. I died when I got her. Oh, that's so sweet! That's really sweet! Custom Nendos are some of the best. I commissioned for like a custom Nendo of my Danganronpa OC a few years ago, and she's still like my holy grail. And then I made a Nendo of like, I customized Nendo to be like the character that she's paired with, which at the time was like my biggest OTP for like 7 years straight. And sometime, like, I think a year after I had both Nendos next to each other, Good Smell Company released the weddings outfit sets, which I bought immediately, and I put them in wedding outfits, and then I just... This is how they're standing next to each other now on my display case. Just my college year OTP next to each other as Nendos. The dream. I was already looking up parts for Yuri specifically, because her hair and faceplate aren't too hard to put together. Like, I can buy existing Nendoroids and then just splice the parts together. Benefits of having brown hair, I guess. And then I was like, okay, I will wait. And if they announce Lizerga Nendoroid, it's gonna happen. The parts are decided. All I have to do is buy them when I find them. Speaking of which, of Nendoroid parts, there's a website specifically dedicated to buying single Nendoroid parts instead of like a whole set. With like filters for hair color, eye colors and whatnot. It's a lifesaver website. I haven't ordered from them yet, but they're the place I'll probably order from when I try to make a custom Nendo again. Fala Yupi, como você tá? Ah, oi, Emperor Mao. Tudo bem? Eu estou bem. Tava um pouco estressada hoje porque tinha que levar minha gata ao veterinário antes da stream, mas pra já tá tudo bem. Agora tá tudo bem. Oh, wait, it just hit me. Oh, Rain, now that How is coming out as an Nendoroid, does that mean half of the OTP will be there in your home? That's like the dream, isn't it? I'm always amazed by the collection some hobby sites have, but also a bit weird with the page of random assorted body parts. Yeah, to be like that. Sorry, I didn't hear you. It's okay, I was just saying, now that the How Nendoroid is coming out, and you have a custom Jan Nendoroid, that means like half of the OTP is at home, yes? That's like the dream, isn't it? And when Jan figure comes out, I will have them twice. Oh, that's the best. Which of the two Jan figures did you get? The one with the Iron Maiden or the one where it's just Jan? The expensive one. Okay, I know which one you mean. I want to buy that one when I have the money, but it's going to take a while. The other one was not super pretty, I felt. I thought the other one was a little bit low quality, especially for the price they were selling her at. If it was like, I don't know, a 20, 30 euro price figure, I would have been like, yeah, okay, I can buy it. But if it's like 100 something, like, no. No. I'm sorry, Chan deserves better than just that face mold that looks like it came out of a Happy Meal. No offense. But the Iron Maiden one looks so gorgeous. Like, wow. That is the figure that she deserves. Maybe we can hope for other characters in the future as well. I hope. I have been dreaming for a Lizard figure since I was like 11. No, wait, 13. I got into Shaman King more when I was like 13, 12. I think I'm gonna draw the arms in a different way because I'm getting lost where the hand placement should be. Crossed arms are so hard. Okay, better. Now I know at least where to draw the hands. I wish we had Tamao. I hope we get Tamao sometime. Even if it's just as a tiny chibi figure collection. Thus far, we've only been getting Anna, and I'm so happy we've been getting Jan. But I'm wondering if the other Shaman King girls will get some love, because... Hello, I want a June! I want a June! I wish we had the girl line. Yes! Gosh, I want a girl line too. Like having Pidika, Sati. Sati would be amazing as a figure. I want like, there's in some franchises some, what's it called? These very tiny chibi figure collections. For example, in Sailor Moon, they make a lot of this figure line called Puchikara, or like Petite Kara Land. And they're extremely cute. I have like one from the One Piece collection. And I want a whole line like that for the X-Laws. I want to have them as tiny chibis just lined up next to each other, and then I'll just buy like a car and put Marco next to a car. Or like that would be like the perfect figure line. Tiny chibis for, say, first the Funbari and the Ren set, then a set for the X-Laws, then a set for the Haogumi, and eventually the other teams too. But if they make Haogumi and X-Laws, I hope to God they have Luchis, because I want to see him as a chibi with like a giant hat and a giant feather. That would be the best. When it comes to Shaman King merchandise, I'm the only one in the relationship that wants them. But maybe I can bribe my boyfriend with like Ren merch. Ren is his favorite character. Like, he would die for him. And he likes Faust a lot too. So if there's ever like a tiny Faust and Ren, I'm just gonna like get them and just shove it to him like, hey, put these on your desk. It's your kids. And then on my table, it's just a full squad of X-Laws and like 2 Hot Wheels cars next to each other. See, what other type of collections would be very cute for Shaman King that I'd love to see? Aside of figures, well, we're getting a lot of charms and straps already, which I'm very happy for already. I'd like to have more plushies that I don't necessarily have to go through a proxy to get one. That's maybe my only wishful thinking, but other than like more figures, I could want more. No wait, I would like an art book. Like a big, chunky art book with like the character sheets for the anime. We know your real plan is just to annex your BF's desk so you can have twice as much space. Excuse you! That's totally not what I was planning. I'm already filling my boyfriend's desk with figures. I mean, we still don't live together, but I keep giving him figures as a gift. Like, I've given him a figure of Josuke from, like the Nendoroid, of Josuke Higashikata from JoJo Part 4, which for both of us is our favorite JoJo part. Like, Part 4 is straight up even one of my favorite animes of all time. And then I gave him a tiny Majima chibi figure, which is like super rare, and I just happened to find it by chance. Someone selling it secondhand in Europe. I think it was even where I live, in the same country. They were like dissolving their collection. And since most people in Germany are not that wild for Yakuza, unfortunately, they weren't able to sell it for like the normal price on secondhand for these rare figures, which was like triple digits at minimum. And they were selling these tiny chibi figures of Kiryu and Majima for 50. So I got them, and I gave my boyfriend both of them at first, but then he was like, you keep Kiryu and I take Majima with me. I don't know what's with me, I just like figures a lot. I don't collect that many because I don't have that much money to spend, or let alone that much space for them. But there's something about the sculpting and anime figures that I really enjoy. Or like seeing characters that you like in physical form in tiny figures in front of you. It's just, I don't know, it's fun. They're pretty. Nendos also have, there's like some figures that have a little bit of a more fun aspect. For example, in Nendos or figure arts where you can sort of play with the figures. Not really play, but more like do photography with them, switch parts. I personally don't like figure arts and Figmas very much because they are very sensible. Though I bought the Figma for Utena while hoping for an anti-Nendoroid, and because I must own everything Utena related. Because Utena is my favorite anime of all time and there's barely any merch for it. But it stings having Utena without her girlfriend, without Antri. It's just sad. I'm still waiting for Good Smile Company to be like, hey, we're making an Antri Figma, or like any figure of Antri. I'm waiting and praying like, Good Smile, please. Please, the girls must be together. I'm not asking for much. Even more so because Anti is actually my favorite character, Utena, and not Utena herself. I love Utena, but Anti is my favorite character from the show. In general, Anti is like one of my favorite fictional characters of all time, so... I just want a figure of her at home. I'm begging! Good Smile, I'm begging, please. Let my girl come home. I occasionally want to get into figures, but then I see the price tags. There's... The thing with the figures is, depending how you're willing to compromise or to look, you can get some very pretty figures for affordable prices. I tend to go exploring into more budget-friendly figures. I rarely buy figures that are like triple digits unless it's of a series I really love. For example, I think the most costly figure that I have in my house is of Yo himself, like the Yo Asakura Kotobukiya figure. And the Hinata Hajime figure. Those are my two most costly figures, and the Hinata one I even got for Christmas, so I didn't even buy it. But the Yo one, as soon as I saw it on order, I went running. Unfortunately, I never got to get Ren and Hao, or Horo Horo, but I mostly wanted Hao and and Ren, specifically Ren. But I never got to have him. For Hao, there's like a figure that's going to come out of him that's similar to his Kotobukiya one, which is a little bit less pricey, apparently. Because now you can only get him in triple digits, which is unfortunate. So I'm aiming for that one, for when it comes out. The reason why I wait, I think the bangs are a little bit long. What was I going to say again about the Shaman King figures? Yeah, the Yo one is the one I spent most money on. And since I knew it was going to be one of the pricier figures, I didn't even import it. I bought it from a German import store. Because I knew as soon as it passed the borders, I would pay a high amount of, what's it called? Zoll? Customs? Yeah, customs. Which I have had the experience and the joy of being a part of, I guess. So for you, I was like, I'm not gonna take that risk. I'll rather pay the somewhat higher price in local markets that are already imported for me to resolve the hassle. But unfortunately for Ren and how the pre-order window and the normal order window went out very quickly, I didn't get a chance to get them. The customs on that last Blu-ray, oof! I've had an experience with customs with Shaman King and DVDs. Like, I found there was like a DVD box collection for the OG anime that came out in 3 parts, and I found one in second hand on Mandarake. So I bought it there, paid a fortune for it, and then the customs that I paid was also like a leg and a lung. Never have I paid so much for a merch before, like ever. And the worst part of this journey was I was like, oh, okay, at least I have like a third of the OG anime in DVD format now with a pretty case and all. Then I put the DVDs in. Japan region and Europe region are the same, so there isn't any issue there on playing DVDs in European DVDs with Japanese ones. And it turns out that the DVDs were broken. DVDs were all broken except for like the special edition one, which included the special commentary episodes and whatnot. I paid like triple digits for those DVD boxes. And because Mandarake has like a policy of these items are second hand, therefore you are never allowed to ask for a refund. It's your own responsibility if the item is not under your satisfaction. I couldn't ask for a refund, so that was like a lot of money lost. God damn it. Since then, I never trusted Mandarake with CDs again. Because my assumption was that they probably checked one DVD just to see if the rest was working. And the special DVD was working, so probably they assumed immediately, yeah, the rest works, and didn't properly like quality check it or anything before putting it on sale. While, or maybe the customs in Europe were suspicious about it, checked it, and then accidentally broke them or something. I don't know what happened, but it wasn't repairable anymore. What did I get for you? Oh no! I very much appreciate the sentiment though. The only thing I trust Mandarake with anymore is just art books and and figures. Because the figures, at least they post the photos of how they look like. And art books normally don't tend to be ripped or anything when they are given. They're more easy to quality check. But CDs, never again. Breakables, never again either. I get that used goods are buyer beware for damage, but for items that literally don't work, you should entitle to a refund. Yeah, I think so too, but I didn't want to, at the time at college, didn't want to risk it with getting like blacklisted from Mandarake or something, because that was one of the only sites I could find rare merch on. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna push it. Nowadays I would be like, I would have written them like, excuse me, you took like triple digits money from me, give that back. This was during a time I had a Shaman King dedicated live blog channel. Not channel, sorry. Live blogging Tumblr blog. But I eventually had to abandon it because I lost time. It was like a blog I made dedicated to my Shaman King reread, which I never managed to continue to begin with. And for an OG anime rewatch, I got until like chapter 3, which I gushed a lot about, and like episode 1. But like I said, eventually I had to abandon the blog because I didn't have time for it anymore. Because of college stuff and whatnot. And I low-key live blogged the unpackaging of those DVDs, and then it ended with just a gif of the Nichijou, like a Nichijou reaction gif saying they don't work. And then I just ended it, the blogging of the unpackaging right then and there. But because I didn't want to be so negative the next day, I decided to live blog the first episode of the OG anime. I was like, okay, I don't want to leave people too bummed, so I'm gonna live vlog the first episode of the OG anime, and then it's gonna be fine. Oh god, drawing feet. Feet! Wait, I think I'm just gonna cheat and draw like Muppet feet. They are chibis after all. Drinking my tea. Oh, speaking of Shaman King media, I need to buy the manga, like the rest of the manga physically at some point. I started with the German collection, with the German re-release, but then I saw that they were releasing the whole thing in English too, which is like 3 volumes in one instead of 2 in one. So I was like, okay, I'll get the English ones. The other reason I didn't continue with the German edition as well is I discovered they didn't edit Joko's lips and design, and I was like, oh, okay. I feel a bit self-conscious, so I'll opt for the English edition for that reason. But I did buy, well, I didn't really buy it. I was given to it on Christmas, the character illustration thing, the character profile, the art book. But the primary reason I decided to go for the English edition is partially my preference to read in English, because even though German is my mother tongue, my native language, aside of Portuguese, it's a difficult language for me to understand. So, and English is relatively simple for me, so I'm like, I prefer to read in English for that reason. What do you think of the remake X-Laws? The remake's X-Laws. I actually liked how the remake tackled the X-Laws. I was worried because of how rushed they were making the plot. And the other parts of the manga, like I missed a lot of the fluff that they had to cut out to get to the plot. I mean, it wasn't their fault. If they got 52 episodes, they couldn't keep the fluff in for any reasonable reason. But I think the X-Laws centric episodes were actually pretty well paced and had good decent quality. I was positively surprised, and even for my boyfriend, even though he's not a big X-Laws fan or anything, doesn't really care for them much at least, he did enjoy the episodes based around them. My favorite part of the remake for the X-Laws was the soundtrack they gave them. And the new voices. And everything. Like the X-Laws theme from the soundtrack is the best. It's the best. I think they did good. Yes, for the X-Laws, I think they did pretty good. I low-key wish the fight between Jan and Bron wasn't as short as it was, but I decided to look past it and think of it as just Jan being very efficient. Because if you think about it, if she did take longer, it would be like her wasting her energy and Furioku, but if she dispatches of Bron as quick as it is, I'm like, actually she's being a very smart fighter. If we're looking at it in that way. I do wish it was a bit longer, the whole fight as a whole, or more like the whole plant arc, since I feel like in the manga it was already as short as it is. But for the other X-Laws episodes, good. They did good. That, and it shows the gap of power between her and the boys. I agree with that. Initially I was like, oh, the fight is already over, but when I rewatched it, I was like, okay, actually this is good, and it shows just how powerful Jan actually is. Because in the manga, it's not like it was any longer or anything, right? It's just that the scene feels... things tend to feel faster in animated form. But when I was rereading a few parts of the manga, just to confirm how it was handled in the remake, I was like, wait, this was exactly just as quick as it was in the manga. So they did actually they actually did this exactly correct. I think the fan subs that I had to use to watch the remake for the time with my boyfriend, maybe they excluded the one line that Jan says when she gets out of the Iron Maiden. Like, I'm not sure if this quip was there or not, or if it was like a German translation thing from my books, where she's like, I'm the only one who can move right now. And someone asked her, but we don't have the key or something, and she's like, the key? Nothing can lock me away. And then she breaks out, and I was like, yeah! And I'm not sure if they included this quip in the remake too. It might have been a fan sub thing that they didn't include it, which would be unfortunate if that's the case, because that line is raw. It's so raw. I can double check in my own books again, because for all I know, maybe this was just a German translation thing from the manga specifically, and not like universal. A funny thing from the manga though, in the German first edition, was they made an accidental editing blunder in which, like, I can recreate it. I can recreate it on Photoshop right now. Hold up, let me see if I can find the page. If I can't, I'm gonna have to whip out the manga from my personal stash. Okay, I can find the page immediately, but let me just doodle it on the side. There was like this big thin panel with Nizerg looking like, okay, it was basically like this. And that's like his face. And like the speech bubble somewhere here. Oh god, I'm so sorry. Right, it looked something like this. Something about him saying you don't have to cry or be sad made him. And the German edition wanted to, I think, fix something on the painting, and they did this on accident. Like, they printed the manga looking like this. And I lost my mind. I was like, oh no, what did you do? It's true, I can literally take a photo of it. Hold on, I will show the evidence. Okay, I have the manga. I just have to take a picture and then send it to the PC. We all misremember because Jazzy picked it for the Shaman King trap subs. Oh, okay. Now I have to upload it on Drive and then just download it. Alright, I got the picture, now I just have to upload it on my PC and then I can show exactly what I mean. I'm pretty sure it was just a mistake on their part, like an accident. because stuff like this happens as I see on my job. So, Popo. Yupi, bom dia. Oh, bom dia, tudo bem? Hold up. It's uploading. It's almost there. Okay, Google Drive should have arrived now. Okay, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to see this? It's beautiful. I have to show it. Hold up. There it is. Behold. Ah shit! It's flipped without me intending it to. There it is. This is a real page from the German Shaman King manga. I think it was just a mistake on their part, like an accident. You can even see like how the manga is yellowed out. That's how long I've had them. No creo. I think they fixed this on the reprint edition, but I don't think they've gotten that far yet. They're still releasing the volumes bit by bit. I also have a similar print blunder in the Kanzenban edition of the Italian release, where they accidentally printed a few pages where the lines were blurred. But it was just a few pages, so it wasn't that bad. The blurring was pretty intense though. And then when I see stuff like that, I just wonder, ooh, damn, they must have been on a tight schedule to let them pass that. In the past, I would be like, this is unforgivable. But now, with my current job in the industry, like not in the manga industry, but in a similar one, in the game industry, I'm like, yeah, I get it. You were probably very tired. Or like you accidentally sent the wrong PDF to the printing company, that happens too. I've sent wrong things for printing before as well. It's just that often post-printing, the companies can't afford to fix it. But of all German prints from the first release, this was like the only mistake I've ever noticed. Otherwise, it has been actually a pretty good release, so nothing to complain about there. Now I just feel like listening to the Shaman King soundtrack. Oh no, what have I done? What have I done to myself? Gotta open Spotify for this one. Where are you? There. Even have it saved. I've already gushed about this in another, I think even art stream, or maybe it was Jump King stream, I don't remember, but I specifically gushed about the Shaman King soundtrack of the remake because Yuki Hayashi is one of my favorite anime composers. And when I saw him, he was announced for Shaman King, I was so excited. I was like, homie, I can trust you. And what do you know? The soundtrack he made is so good. I was low-key worried his soundtrack would come out for Shaman King a little bit interchangeable with either Haikyuu or what's it called? With Hero Academia, but no, it's very... He did his research and he captured the spirit of Shaman King very well with the soundtrack. It's not interchangeable at all. Like, there's a lot of the stuff in the OG anime I'm nostalgic for, but the soundtrack, I'm like, okay, this is the soundtrack that Shaman King deserves. The remake one. If there's ever a physical release edition for the soundtrack, I'm going to buy it. Like, without question. Be right back. Okay. Take your time. on the right side. Ow! Ugh. Woo. With the amount of times I talked about Shaman King, I'm thinking about it right now on stream, even before this one. Now I'm second guessing myself and wondering, wait, why didn't I post more Shaman King content if I talk about it as much as I do on streams? Like, huh? To be fair, a lot of it is like out of context OC stuff. I mean, not that my Umineko content is much different, but I was wondering why else I wasn't posting more, especially because one of my first goals is to, like, one of my first donation goals that I want to start sometime is a donation goal for buying a capture card, like a good capture card, not just any. And one of the first games I plan to stream with it when I got the capture card is Shaman King Master of Spirits, which is one of my favorite GBA games. It's a Metroidvania, and it's a lot of fun. There's two games, there's Master of Spirits 1 and 2, and I like both games a lot. And if you're wondering how I would capture a Game Boy Advance game, I own a Retro Freak that I got for Christmas, and the Retro Freak is like this console combination emulation thingy. It's this special console that can play all cartridge games, and it's region free. Like I had it imported from Japan, or more like my dad had it imported from Japan for Christmas. It was my Christmas gift for last year, which I specifically wished for. I was like, I want either a laptop or because I needed one, like a new one, or a Retro Freak if it's too expensive. So my dad went for the Retro Freak, and now I basically have the tools to stream retro games that are not available on, say, Steam or Switch, without having to go through the hassle of like owning the original console for each region and then getting specific capture cable materials for a CRT TV, then to HDMI. For the Retro Freak, I just have, it's a HDMI cable, so I just have to like plug it in and it's done, and I can play, let's see, the games that the Retro Freak can all play are the Nintendo, like the the Famicom, in all three regions, so basically Famicom and Nintendo. Then it can play the Super Nintendo and the Super Famicom in all three regions again, so Europe, USA, sorry, not USA, all of America, excuse me, and Japan. Then it can play Master System games, sorry, not Master System, Sega Genesis, or as other countries know, the Mega Drive. All three regions once again. With an extra add-on, you can play Master System and Game Gear game. No, wait, I think Master System is not possible on the Retro Freak. I have to do the research. But I know there's an add-on for Game Gear games, so that will be included. Then it can also play PC Engine games, but not the CD ones, so no Run of Blood, sorry. And it can play all handhelds except the DS. All handhelds pre-DS it can play. So Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. It can play all three. And that's how I was thinking of capturing the Shaman King Master of Spirits stream when I get the capture card. The reason why I'm thinking of having it as a donation goal is because of my current salary situation. It's a little bit difficult to fund a full capture card without me like having to eat, I don't know, instant ramen for a month. Or like being dangerously close to having nothing over the month. I will probably make it a combination of, say, commissions and donations and like my own pocket, so it's not like I expect it to be full by itself by just the viewers. I'm not leaving it up to just you guys. I am going to invest in my own pocket too, since the capture card is not expensive, not cheap. But basically I just wanted to throw the plan out there. When I have a capture card, I want to stream more games, which includes anime licensed games such as Shaman King games. And when I get the tools for, say, PS2 games, or like games that are not possible under Retro Freak, I want to include stuff, other niche titles. Part of the reason I would like to do streams on the Retro Freak is a lot of my favorite games will never, like, ever come out on the Switch on the Switch store. Like, literally ever. For, like, the Sailor Moon games, forget it. Nintendo's never gonna, like, pay the license for it ever again. I mean, for what reason, right? It's, they were Japan-only games to begin with. Oh, actually, the first beat-em-up Sailor Moon came out in France, so... I think even in both Master System... Sorry, both Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo. I know for sure the Super Nintendo had a French release, which is rarer than the Japanese one. But otherwise, all Sailor Moon games were Japan only, unfortunately. And some of those games were my favorites growing up. Most of my Sailor Moon media growing up was actually the games and not the anime. I mean, I did watch it when I was young in Portuguese, and which was an amazing dub, by the way. Same people who did the Dragon Ball dub. But see, at some point I wasn't able to see Sailor Moon anymore on TV. I don't think I remember why. But I think it had something to do with the fact that the time slots didn't match up anymore for my school schedule and whatnot. So I did eventually find a wonderful thing called the internet and started watching Sailor Moon in Japanese from there. And the rest of my Sailor Moon consumption was almost exclusively just the Sailor Moon games, especially the RPG game Sailor Moon Another Story, which is also one of my favorite games, like, ever, and I normally hate RPGs. Okay, I don't outright hate RPGs, but they're not my thing. I don't enjoy grinding. It gets boring to me fast, which is a reason I hardly ever finish Pokemon games, ever. It's only because grinding through the menus gets a little bit repetitive for me, which might sound like irony considering I read visual novels, but at least I'm getting something out of visual novels, right? Well, for Pokemon, I'm like, okay, I'm looping and looping and looping. I still enjoy Pokemon games, it's just that when it comes to, say, I can do the main story just fine. But when I have to start grinding for like the Elite Four or something, depending on the Pokemon game, I don't have the patience to do it. I think the farthest Pokemon game I've ever gone to was Silver, I think? And Ruby Sapphire. And even then, for Ruby Sapphire, I eventually got bored of the constant grinding and the retrying on the Elite Four. And then the other longest Pokemon game I've ever played was X and Y, because I spent a fuck ton of time trying to grind for a shiny Zorua, and I filled like, I think 10 PC boxes of just Zorua eggs. And eventually I got tired. I mean, funny, right? I can't stand grinding for levels, but woe me, I will be willing to grind weeks upon months for a shiny Pokemon that I like. Funny, isn't it? This makes me wonder, for the chat, what are some games you would be interested in me playing? It can be like any suggestion. Or like even what are visual novels you are interested in me tackling eventually, but also games. Because I'm always open for suggestions of that sort. To increase like the library of games you'd be interested in watching me play. The only games I would say I'm not that keen about are maybe some first-person shooters or like what's it called? Or horror games. I mean, horror games, okay, it depends. It depends what it is. RPG horror maker games? Yes, I would be willing. But stuff like Resident Evil, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm really bad at those. But everything else, I'm fair game to listen what you guys suggest. Oh yeah, also don't suggest 18 plus games like that are not allowed on Twitch. So as much as you would like to suggest me to read Euphoria, I can't do it on stream. Sorry guys. I heard some clacking that sounded like it was dishes and I was like, wait, but I did the dishes. Where is the sound coming from? And now my cat yells. So, okay, where was I? About game suggestions and visual novel suggestions. I'm always open to listen to suggestions, what games or visual novels you'd like me to play. And I might even consider some of them. So, chat, if there's anything you'd like me to see me play sometime, feel free to suggest. But like I said, don't suggest 18 plus stuff that I can't read on stream. At least not on Twitch. So no Euphorias or maggot baits or whatever. And as much as I'd love to read docu-say on stream, I'm not sure if I can. Even with the Steam non-18 plus version. That's frustrating because I really love to play docu-say on stream, but I can't. Ghosts. Indeed, ghosts. Maybe they're annoyed by me never shutting up. Okay, I think I have the line art done. Now it's time to erase things here and there. Really cool. There we go. Gosh, there's just so much. Anyways. Yeah. There we go. I think some characters I have to adjust by height. There. What's happening? Yeah. No, I went to Spotify to listen to Shaman King soundtrack, and now it eventually went into Umineko soundtrack instead in my liked playlist. I haven't heard anything beyond what I have heard in the visual novel, so I'm not listening to any tracks I don't know. But I have favorited the ones that I've heard. There's like this YouTube playlist that has like Umineko OST by release order, and I checked that out, listened to the tracks that have come out. And then I look them up on Spotify if they are there. Some aren't, which is a crime. Like, I'm pissed that Fishy Aroma isn't there. Like, excuse me, why can't I listen to the patented Runaway theme on Spotify? Crime. Or like, Dread of the Grave and Prison Strip and what's another track from Mineko that I adore that isn't on Spotify, unfortunately. Oh yeah, Fake Red Shoes not being on Spotify is a crime. What's your favorite track? Thus far, my favorite tracks of Umineko that I've heard thus far are Mirage Coordinator, World End Dominator, Dead Angle, Golden Slaughter, and Fake Red Shoes. I also really like World End because it makes me cry. And there's another track that I really liked, but I haven't really listened to it just yet in the soundtrack because like I said, I only go through this one Umineko OST by release order after I finish a chapter or a specific stream, and I'm like, I want to listen to this one track. Let's see. Oh, Golden Slaughter I enjoy as well, obviously. But I have to check something. What's the track that always plays in the Maria and Anje scenes together? You know, when she opens the diary and she's outside and she's having those flashback moments. What's the theme of that track? Because I wanted to listen to it, but I don't quite remember the title anymore. Let me see. I think I heard it like on the playlist that I mentioned, but I didn't get to check it out if it's on Spotify. Oh, yes, I have to say honorable mentions for tracks that I've heard in Umineko that maybe aren't like my favorite ever, but are definitely parts of the tracks that I enjoy. I like Fishy Aroma a lot for very transparent reasons. Aside of it just being a good track, there's other very transparent reasons why I like that track. But like I said, I like that track that plays in a lot of the Maria and Anje flashback scenes from episode 4 specifically. I just have to look up what the theme is called again. Mystic Forest or Apathy. Let me look it up. Let's see, I'm gonna try listening to Apathy first. What do you know? You guessed it immediately! It is Apathy! Oh, I'm just gonna leave it on. I have to listen to it now. Chillest and most... one of the chillest and most emotional themes I've heard. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ryoei. It's a good track. I really enjoy it. Umineko brain rot does this to a person. I can definitely understand. I definitely have a large Umineko brain rot. Specifically a Demon Butler brain rot because he won't stop. Ugh. This isn't the reference I wanted to get. Where is she? I'm back and these look amazing. Oh, thanks, Rain! And welcome back. I'm trying to find a color reference. There. Ah! I don't have a colored reference for Estelle yet, so I'm half having to... Oh wait, that's the wrong file, but it's one of the work in progresses that we were to work in, but then I was like, let's doodle something else. Yeah, I don't think I need to ask for your favorite character. Ronove is just one of my favorite characters in Umineko, but if I had to say who my current favorites in Umineko are, as thus far by like mid-chapter 4, it's Beato. Without a shadow of a doubt, Beato is one of my favorite characters, if not my actual favorite character in this story. Ronove obviously is a favorite. But in spite of my Ronove brain rot, he's still not like my favorite character. Definitely like in the top 5, even top 3, but not like above others. Secondly, let's see, other characters that I absolutely adore in Umineko that are in my top 5 are Maria. Maria is a character I really adore. She means a lot to me, okay? Like, I rarely see a character who I can relate to so strongly, and I'm like two decades older than her, and she's so relatable to me because of my youth, struggling with my neurodivergent tendencies and the like. Then I would say Eva is one of my favorite characters as well. And Natsuhi. Holy shit, Natsuhi. Okay, excuse me. The women in Umineko are freaking fantastic, okay? Kirie is also in that list. And I'm not sure why. A lot of people don't like Anje, from what I've heard. But I love her. I love Anje very much. She is quickly going to become one of my favorites. Okay, Umineko rambling aside, let me catch up to the chat. I wonder what they're all trying to figure out or make sense of. I think the kids are trying to make sense of either Renam's plant, or they are... what was a plant that needed some mystery solving? It's definitely after Kalim though, so it's either Renam, where they're like, what now? or maybe they are at... what was another plant where they had to think a little? Kadim was after Kalim, wasn't he? Maybe they just entered Rabim's plant and Estelle was like, oh my god, I have to fight him? Or they entered Thalim's plant. And of course, Ren always thinks everything is about him, and Estelle was like, wow. Everything is about him, huh? Feels like they're all facing a big mystery that they have to entangle. I think maybe this fits Renam's plant the most. Like, I can't imagine Estelle would be the type of girl who... oh shit, I don't have an Estelle reference or color. But, like I was saying... she would be the type of person to enter Renan's plant, and if she doesn't see him there, she's like, wow, coward, stupid, idiot. She would call him all sorts of names. And she's like, wow, what does he think who does he think he is? Making us wait and hiding like some little baby coward. It's not like we have all time of the world. Beatrice heart emoji. Yes! That's the correct reaction to Beato. I love Beato so much. She was the reason I started reading Umineko to begin with. Like, my first outing to Umineko, aside of like the friends that I made in high school or like my other longtime friends, was there's this convention in Germany that I went to, and I saw a beautiful Beato cosplayer. Like every stitch of that dress was perfect. The face was perfect. The hair, the wig was perfect. Like, my god, that one must have probably sat in front of the mirror and done that makeup for hours, because I've never seen such a beautiful cosplay in my life. And I found out that this was like Umineko, based on Friends, and then I was like, I'm gonna watch it. Statements preceding unfortunate events. I watched the Umineko anime, like the first arc, and I was like, wow, this is kind of trash. This isn't good. Then I didn't revisit it, but I'm gonna say it right away. I knew Umineko was good, but I knew the anime wasn't good, so I went out of the anime like, wow, they didn't really do the source material justice, didn't they? So eventually, I finally decided to read the sorry, not the manga, the visual novel. Mostly, I had been thinking of doing it for a long time, but I always got caught up by something else. I don't even know what. I just never got to reading it, even though I really wanted to. The visual novel. And finally, not Umineko, sorry, Higurashi Go and Sotsu happens. And everybody starts making theory videos on both. Like, the Go theory videos were so good. But so many of them were like, being like, oh, Umineko spoilers, so don't watch. And I was like, oh, I would watch them though. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm finally gonna read Umineko. Best decision of my life. Maria's precious. I agree. I love Maria so much. I know many think of her as annoying because of how she says ooh woo so often. But like, she's 9. And she's clearly neurodivergent. But okay, I can kind of understand why people think of her as annoying, which I think is sad. I feel Maria is so precious. Oh god, she makes me cry so much. She and Rosa are, for me, the biggest horror of this story thus far. Like, every time Rosa is on a scene, I start sweating violently. I know Rosa is not always horrible and she's complex and everything. I think she's a fantastically written character, mind you. It's just that whenever I see her, I'm always sweating because I'm scared she'll lose her temper. And seeing what she does to Maria breaks my heart, you know? Like, normally I feel anxiety in some scenes, but not often, right? But the scene when Rosa was like going ballistic, when the one person came over to her house lecturing her about being a horrible mother, and she went ballistic on Maria. That scene gave me so much anxiety. I was legitimately scared. Like, my god, the voice actors for Rosa and Ryukishi combined are... damn. She's 9, of course she will be annoying. That's a way to put it. Yeah, the Rosa scenes are very graphic. They are, like... I thought things couldn't be more scary and horrific than the scenes with Teppei and Satoko and Higurashi, right? I already thought it couldn't get more horrific than that, but... oh well, Ryukishi was like, watch this, and then wrote Maria, and Rosa was like, wow. actual scary shit. The only other character I get anxious seeing is Kinzo. But Kinzo I expect to be an asshole, so when I see him I'm like, yeah, he's gonna be an asshole. But when I see Rosa, I don't know what to expect out of her when I read it raw, right? Like, I'm like, is Maria going to accidentally set her off? Or is she going to be benevolent this one time and play along? Which, speaking of Rosa and Maria, this makes me... We haven't really seen, beyond that one scene between Eva and Ange. I'm scared, man. I am scared when we get a flashback between those two. Like, more than just the scene where Eva told her to just, like, crawl up and die. Which I was like, damn, Jesus, you are horrible. You are a worse mother than Rosa. And knowing how Ryukishi is so good at writing actual psychological horror, and like, I'm like, Ryukichi, please, I'm begging, I can't handle more. I find it surprising how much Umineko influence has eventually seeped into my Shaman King content. Like, sometimes I listen to Umineko music just to imagine specific scenes with my Shaman King scenarios and whatnot. Like the times I've used World End Dominator as backdrop for some of the battle scenes that I thought of. For my girls. Or even recently Golden Slaughter, like, bruh, I never thought I'd use that track specifically. For any of my characters for that matter. Okay, except one, but she's unrelated to Shaman King, so I won't mention her. And then you'd wonder, which of all, like, my two characters would I even use such a theme for? To, like, imagine scenes. And then I'm, like, darting my eyes over my characters and I start sweating. But I can give you a hint. It's a character on this picture! I need another, where are you? That one. It's not fully colored yet, but I need to know the color placement for other stuff. Speaking of Umineko influence seeping into my Shaman King characters, funnily enough, a lot of this influence does not involve killing or anything. Like, that's not something any of my characters would be capable of. Yet. Like, outright killing. But one of them would be pretty close. When very angry. Initially, Estelle would be the one. Okay, let me just give the names so that people know. Okay, so this one, for those who don't know, is Estelle. And this one is Yuri. So because I just realized most people who are in the stream don't know who my characters are. And talking about them without context is probably, like, confusing. As if Yuri wouldn't angrily destroy a whole man. She would! Absolutely, she would! Yuri is the only one capable here, aside of Estelle, who would be capable of just butchering a man. I mean, not to death, but... I don't know, the same girl that goes to her high school years and starts beating up bullies with a chair until she draws blood, and then it's like, wait. It's so funny to me how much Yuri shifted as a character when I wrote her in my teenage years. She used to be such a sweet girl. I mean, she still is, in a way. But she was like sweet, good, always always a sweetie who wouldn't be capable of violence as much. And now, as I rewrite her from scratch, I'm like, she is the most violent girl in this cast of my characters. Like, my god. Jan could deserve a label considering she's not in her recognizable outfits. Okay, true. Yes, you're right. Let's write in the names. Jan. Jan canonically, yes. I like how she's the smallest here in this whole group, and yet. Yuri is very sweet. She is, unless you piss her off. I think it's more like, growing up as an adult, I just start, like, getting other skills in writing characters. So it becomes more of I gain experience writing multifaceted characters. Is that how you say it? Multifaceted? I know how to write it, but I don't know how to speak it. Okay, I got her colors down. This trend of making like multifaceted gray moral-ish characters, or who have like a very aggressive or uglier side to them. I mean, I say ugly in a way that's like, I think it's a beautiful side, but I think a flawed side is the correct way to say it. What started this trend was specifically my Danganronpa OC, like my main one. Her name is Sachi, and or more like Sachiko, but she goes by Sachi instead. And she is like the shyest, wholesomest looking OC I've ever made. And she has a body count. Like an actual body count. And it's double digits, probably. The only difference that she and Yuri have is that Sachi has a body count and Yuri does not. Hi, Orlek TV, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your stay. I am rambling a lot, but I still hope you enjoy the stream. And Yuri does not. Yet. Oh yeah, yet. The only character thus far she was very close to almost killing, at least wanting to actually kill, was Anahul in both versions of her story, like in both the AU and her Canonverse storyline. God knows how she'll develop in the future. God, Mizaka has so many hair colors in official media, then I'm always like, help, what color? What color is his hair? What shade of green is his hair? Oh, Yuppie, did you ever play Corpse Party? Not yet, but I want to sometime. I want to get a capture card eventually. I wanted to make like a donation commission goal kind of thing, plus my own money from the salary in like investing in a capture card so that I can play Corpse Party on the Switch. I know it's on Steam, but I want to play the remake edition. The remake one that came out, I think, this year or early in the last one. I don't remember. But I know for a fact there was like a new remake and I want to play that version. Although, let me see if that new edition of Corpse Party is available on Steam after all. Yes, it's on Steam. Oh, okay, so I don't even have to get a capture card to play Corpse Party. Yep, it's there. The remake is on Steam. But yes, short answer, yes, I want to play Corpse Party sometime. I've only seen a little bit of it in passing when I was younger. Someone was using some Corpse Party assets for a fan game or something, and that's when I first saw it. And by assets, it was mostly actually music. I only know like 1 or 2 tracks from Corpse Party. But otherwise, most of it I'm not as 100% aware of. I think I watched like a few years ago a video on it, but I mostly purged it from my memory, so I would technically be playing it blind. I'm not sure when exactly I'd play Corpse Party, but I was thinking sometime this year. There's some indie horror games I want to play, even though I'm very scared of horror and normally can't play horror because I get scared so easily. I want to play the Eve remake very soon actually, and I want to play Needy Streamer Overload. It's not an RPG Maker horror game, but it's there. I also want to play the Pocket Watch remake when it's out, which I never played. And Corpse Party I also wanted to eventually play. There's so many I want to play. For Corpse Party, I know a lot of people recommend only the first game. I know there's 3 games in total, but I'm not sure what's the general recommendation for those. I only know a lot of people recommend the first one and are like, don't play the other ones. These layers are so chaotic right now, but I'll probably organize them afterwards. Wrong layer. There we go. This is what I get for not naming the layers, but it's just to be like that. I tend to name them afterwards. Again, because I forgot the colors of the tie. I think they were... Oh no, I have it wrong. It's not even a tie. It's supposed to be like... a cravat. Oops. I mixed up the first coat with this one. I was wondering, something, I was like, something doesn't feel right. And when I was moving into the color and wanted to see the ref, I was like, wait, oh, this is what wasn't right. Okay, now I can fix this. Speaking of my Shaman King characters, I normally have like a voice actor picked for my characters very often. That's something that I just like to imagine, like, which voice would my character have? And I'm starting to have second thoughts about the voice I've always imagined for Yuri for the longest time. Like, for the longest time, I always imagined her with Kotono Mitsuishi's voice, which is Usagi's voice actress in Sailor Moon. It fit her previous characterization a lot, and even in her more crybaby moments at the start, But not having like a voice sample of Kotono Mitsuishi going absolutely unhinged with her Uzagi voice makes it a bit difficult to imagine her with that voice. Although her voice, Uzagi's voice in the Sailor Moon Cosmos trailer is a bit more fitting for the current iteration of Yuri, but I'm still missing that tad of unhinged. So much so that I started looking at usually I always pick like Japanese voice actors because I'm more familiar with listening to those in the media I consume rather than English ones. But there is one English voice actress I was tempted to for Yuri, and that was Dawn and Bennett. So someone that I actually kind of spoke to sometimes in the past, because she voiced the main character in Freedom Planet, and I got to send the Freedom Planet staff gifts in the past. But Dawn went on to voice more characters in the future, and she voiced Kale in Dragon Ball Super. And then I was like, okay, this voice is not so bad for an English Yuri. It actually fits. For context, and for those who aren't very familiar with Dragon Ball, Kale is this character in Dragon Ball who is very shy, very not confident and meek and all, is always dependent on her girl pal Caulifla, which I 100% believe she is totally in love with. Enough to go full unhinged yandere over her. And she goes from very small looking innocent girl to a behemoth tank monster when she's pissed, and I'm like, oh, if that isn't like the visual representation of Yuri. And what I like about Dawn when she voices Kale is she does this more meek side and sweet of Kale very well. But she also goes deeper and unhinged when voicing Kale when she's transformed to that like huge muscular tank form. Her Japanese voice actress for Kale also goes a little bit unhinged, but I don't think she goes very much deeper like how Dawn does. But even then, I started to think like, maybe Kale's Japanese voice actress suits Yuri as well, even though I'm still so biased to imagine her with Kotono Mitsuishi's voice. I'm just so attached. The hardest voice I have recently finding for is Estelle's, because it's easy to imagine her with a slightly how do you say Tifa? Deeper, yeah, with a somewhat deeper voice than, say, like Satoko's actual voice in Higurashi. She's the only character I know who sounds somewhat hoarse when she's angry and yelling. And because I hardly know any character who sounds hoarse when furious, it makes it difficult to find a voice actress I can imagine for Estelle. But when her voice is okay, I can't imagine her sounding like what's her name? A Cure Gelato from Kira Kira Precure. Where I need to figure out the shirt color for her. I think I'll try pink accents for her. Oh, maybe I'll go with magenta, like a hot pink. I think that suits. The reason I think that is because Estelle's motive in her team, like at least in canon, Adherent side for Shaman King is her team name is Team Corals, and whenever I thought of writing her, I always thought about mentioning her eyes being the color of corals. So I think maybe pink as an accent for her is not too far off for that reason. But let's see how that turns out. I might go for something more reddish than pink, hot pink. Okay, this isn't half bad. I think I'm gonna do like most of the flat colors, and then I'm gonna have to slowly start moving to finish the stream, because since I have to go back to the office by tomorrow, I have to go to bed earlier than I normally do for streams. The only thing I need to figure out now is what colors I'm gonna give to Jan in her outfit. I don't want to go the same route that a lot of the merchandise goes, like give her pastel-y, purple, not pastel-y, sorry, pink or white colors. I'm like, I want to give her something different. I love this cute, sweet summer dress. Thank you! I'm still wondering what color I'll give it though. You are so valid. Please do go wild. I'll try. Wait. Let me see if I can find some inspiration. Like, I think the purple colors and black colors suit her very well. But I'm wondering how exactly I can tie it all together. Like, what would be a good contrast? I'm gonna make it a different layer just to play around with it a little. Let's see. First, let me try with purple. And then I'll see how it looks like in different colors. Then I'll probably like copy the layer and then just recolor it on top. Okay, I'm gonna put it at the very top, otherwise I'll probably get lost with all my unnamed layers. Alright, that's one color. Not pink! I didn't want pink! red. Red to suit the fires, I don't know. The other idea I had is maybe follow the same pattern that the characters have during the Mu Continent arc, where their main color is black, but the rest isn't. And then there's like accents like this. Whoops. I'm not sure if I'll go with the main purple color or like main black color. But the red is also kind of cool. It fits the eye color. I think black with accents is cute. Then I'll probably go with that. The red is... You see my struggle now, don't you? The red just flattened me on my butt. You know what? Let's go with red then. Although, let me just check really quick what would be like black with red accents. That's a little bit too strong. That's a little bit pink. Okay. There. It's a struggle. Yeah, it is, isn't it? I do like the big reds though. Okay, hold up. Let me see how it looks like if I give it dark accents on the sleeves. I think the reason why it's so hard to pick is that her pajamas are simple compared to all other designs, and it's lovely like that, but it does make it harder to have a mix of colors. Yeah, that's true. Would she have like maybe shorts below? Like comfy biker shorts or something? Let me see how that looks. Let me make a new layer. I can see Marco giving her biker shorts. Something like... maybe like that? With like, let's see. Like one of those lines in some shorts have. Or that's so cute. Or maybe like that. I think the line on the side is very it's very cute. She looks pretty comfy. I like that. Comfy girl causing mayhem by Setting everything on fire. Ah, the best. I'm forgetting something, aren't I? Yeah, this. Poor lad, I'm forgetting him. I couldn't see it. This was... I'm gonna put it in the same layer as this one. Another thing I need to check. Where's the Oracle Bell? I need to see it. God, I don't remember what the Oracle Bell had in colors. Oh no. I remember yours, but I don't remember the others. I'm gonna have to look up like a video, aren't I? Okay, I can fix this. Okay, it's all green. It's all a brighter green. I had picked the wrong color. Actually, let's leave it like that. I think I'll just organize the layers and then I'll start going offline for today. I have to go to bed earlier. I'd love to be like another hour working on this, but work calls for me. Ah, I forgot that part. I have to wake up pretty early tomorrow to go to the office. Work calls. The worst. Ah! I don't want to go back to the office, but I have to. If I was still in home office, like permanently, I'd be able to stream until the next hour and then go to bed directly, but since I have to wake up soon just to bike to work, to the office, it's going to take a while. So good though, Yuki. Thank you! I'm happy that you think it's cute. Okay, I think I didn't forget anything else for the flat coloring. Oh, I did forget one thing. Let me fix this before I forget it. Make the hair tie fitting as well. Okay. I'm gonna finish stuff for tonight now. Let me switch over. Let me switch over to the other screen. There we go. Okay. Like I said, I'm gonna be finishing for tonight. It's late. I have to go to sleep because of work. A bit earlier than intended, but yeah, 3 hours. It's okay. Okay. Let's see. I don't have a schedule posted for the next 2 weeks. I want to make a new schedule template before I post the schedule, but just to say in advance. Oh, thank you for the follow. Enjoy your stay, Rain. Enjoy your stay on my streams. What was I going to say again? Right. Since I don't have a schedule graphic posted yet on Twitter, I'm just gonna say like vocally what's the plan, at least for this week. So today was art stream, and on Thursday I'm gonna continue reading Umineko. Then next week, Tuesday, is art stream again. And I kind of want to try and see if I can finish Umineko within this month before I go on vacation on the last 2 weeks. But I'm gonna have to check how my voice is like on the next week. But tweets in advance will happen where I'll say what I'll be streaming. And if I'm lucky, I'll have a new schedule template finished soon enough so I can post a schedule graphic for you all. Okay, without further ado, thank you everybody for coming, and I'll be seeing you on Thursday with more Umineko. Bye bye and good night!